Hey veterans, I'm Travis Studdard, a veterans disability attorney. Today I want to talk to those of you who may be going through a sleep apnea claim with VA. And in particular, I want to talk to you about some important changes at the 50% disability rating level that you need to be aware of so you don't get caught in a trap where the VA can deny your claim, or at least not grant as high of a rating as they should. So you probably don't know this, but recently VA changed their rules on VA sleep apnea claims. And you probably didn't notice this because it's deep within the adjudication manual that VA personnel use when they decide a claim. And you probably didn't even know that there was such a manual. I call it the VA playbook that they go by when deciding a claim. And maybe in another video at some point I'll get into that some more about what that is and what all it instructs VA personnel to do. But for right now, just understand that it lays out how VA personnel are to decide your claim and how they are to look at evidence and gather that evidence. So what change am I talking about with VA sleep apnea? Well, they recently had some language in there that they added in their manual. Now, this is not in the statute. It's not in any of the official Code of Federal Regulations. All that has remained the same. What they've done is added some language to emphasize what's already in the statute and what they are looking for. Now, why is this bad for your claim? Well, they are now wanting some additional evidence from you perhaps at the 50% disability rating. Now, on sleep apnea, to get a 50% rating, you have to have your diagnosis and all that, but you have to show that your condition requires the use of a breathing assistance device such as a CPAP machine. And that, again, that language has been there. That has not changed. That's still the same rating criteria that's been there for quite some time. But what VA has done is instructed the people deciding your claim to focus on that word requires. And by that, you know, you're probably like me. If someone has been prescribed a CPAP machine or other breathing device from their doctor, then, you know, if a doctor prescribes it, I assume it's required, and you probably do too. Well, VA is not going to make that assumption any longer, at least best I can tell based on this new language that they have in there. And let me just read that for you if I can. What they've added says, when determining whether the 50% criteria are met, the key consideration is whether use of a qualifying breathing assistance device is required by the severity of the sleep apnea. And then they go on a little bit later in their instructions to VA personnel in their manual, and it says, use absent a medical determination that the device is necessary does not qualify. The regulation requires that the device be necessary, and this is a medical question. Now, you know, I haven't seen this play out in any cases yet, so I'm not quite sure exactly what they mean, but I would always assume the worst when dealing with the VA on matters like this. So, again, a prescription, in my mind, is probably not enough if you want to really safeguard your claim. You probably need to get the prescription and also have a statement from your doctor that says this is medically necessary, this CPAP or other device is medically necessary and required to treat his or her sleep apnea. Now, your doctor may look at you funny when you get that prescription and you say, hey doc, can you also put in writing that this is required? You know, your doctor is going to say, I wouldn't be prescribing it if it wasn't required. And hopefully that's what, you know, all that VA means is that you need a prescription. But at this point, we really don't know. And so you probably need to get the prescription and get a statement saying it is required. And if your doctor knows anything about the VA, he won't think you're too silly for asking for that additional statement, even though it seems redundant. Again, if you don't have that, my fear is that VA may deny your claim, saying you didn't prove that it was required, even though you have a prescription. and again, they may either deny you or at least not put you at that 50% level, which is, again, very significant because that's where most sleep apnea claims, I think, fall, is there because people are using some sort of device to assist with their breathing during sleep. Later on, I'll do another video about what I call some good changes. This was the bad, a way for them to deny your claim. So check out that video on the good changes, which are, again, in this playbook, in this manual from VA. You can check that out. If you found this one helpful, give it a thumbs up, and look at some of our other videos or check out our website for additional information. Thank you for watching today.